We need a little Christmas. Welcome to the Haul Out the Holly tutorial. This is a throw size quilt, and this is the wall hanging. For today's tutorial, I'm going to be walking you through making this wall hanging, but the instructions are exactly the same for the throw and the wall hanging. This one has 12-inch blocks. This one has 6-inch blocks. But other than that, everything else is exactly the same. It's just shrunk down a little bit. The quilt and the wall hanging are made up entirely of LeMoyne star blocks. And these are true LeMoyne star blocks, but there are no Y seams and no HSTs. So you're going to want to stay tuned. This is a really fun quilt pattern, and it'll get us all in the mood for Christmas. Here are the pieces for the quilt. My fabric is all Art Gallery fabric pure solids. We have the border strips, the diamond strips all ready to be cut into diamonds, and the square A and square B pieces ready to be cut into triangles. I've already cut the red pieces into the diamonds and triangles. First, we're going to cut the square A and square B pieces into triangles. This is just a matter of cutting them all in half diagonally. There's no need to mark them, just line a ruler up from corner to corner and cut. We'll call the smaller triangles Triangle A and the bigger triangles Triangle B. These will form the background of our stars, and we cut them from Fabric 1 and Fabric 4, as well as a few from Fabric 7. We can cut the diamond shapes in a couple different ways. The first way is with a regular quilting ruler that has a 45-degree marking. Line up the 45-degree line with the bottom of the fabric strip and cut along the edge of the ruler. Move the ruler 2.5 inches and cut again, keeping the edge of the strip lined up with the 45-degree line. Cut every 2.5 inches at a 45-degree angle. The other cutting method is using an acrylic template that can be purchased at shadowvalleyquilts.com. Line up the template with the fabric strip and cut along the diagonal edges. This is essentially the same as the previous method, just without any measuring or figuring out the angles. You can cut the tips off of the diamonds after cutting in order to reduce bulk in the seams, if you want to. Now that everything's cut, we're ready to start sewing. Just a note before you start, a scant 1/4-inch seam allowance works best here, and we're going to be pressing all of our seam allowances open. On the first seams, when we're working with bias edges, give all of your seams a good little press as they are sewn first. Then open them up and press the seam allowances open. So we're going to start by working on block 1. Every block in this quilt is the same. They're just assembled with different color combinations. So you'll mostly want to make the blocks in batches, but I'm going to show you the process on just one block for this tutorial. So we're going to work with one color diamond at a time. So line up Triangle A with the diamond, matching the long diagonal edge of the triangle with the diamond edge. Match the triangle point and the sharp diamond point. The other triangle point will overhang the edge of the diamond. You're going to need to sew 4 of these units for one block. So you're going to press those. Then you'll take the triangle B, which is the larger triangle, and line up one of the short edges of triangle B with the adjacent diamond side to form a triangle unit. So line up the straight bottom edges and then let the tip of triangle B overhang the diamond. Sew it in place. And then you'll press those again. So you're going to line up the straight edges, letting the tip of the triangle overhang the edge of the diamond. So this completes Unit A. Now we're going to move to Unit B with the other color diamond. We sew this unit the same way as Unit A, but there's one important difference. The orientation is the opposite. We're going to attach triangle A to the opposite side of the diamond. So it's a mirror image of Unit A. So sew triangle A to the diamond and then press the seams. And then we're going to sew triangle B, larger triangle, on to the diamond, just like we did before. So we'll press those seams, and that is Unit B. It's complete. So we're going to take one Unit A and one Unit B. You can see they're mirror images of each other. And we're going to sew those two triangles together on their long diagonal side. We're going to match them up carefully, match the seam first. That's the important part, to make sure that seam lines up, and then match the tips. You're going to sew that along that long diagonal edge. And then press the seam allowances open. You're going to end up with 4 new square units. These are the 4 quarters of your star block. So after you press the seam allowances open, you're going to trim each of those quarters to size. And then you will sew 2 squares together to form a rectangle. You're going to carefully match all those seams. So you'll have 2 rectangles, and then you're going to sew them together to form your star. Now match all the seams and pin everywhere there's a seam. Start with the center. Carefully pin that center seam right where you want those points to line up. Sew that seam and give it all a really good pressing. And there's block 1. So when you're making the quilt, you'll assemble all of the triangle units in all of the different fabric combinations, following the instructions in the pattern. You probably want to do this before moving on to assemble any blocks. Once you have all the triangle units made, you can move on to assemble the different blocks using the same method we just used for block 1. When all 36 star blocks are assembled, give yourself a big pat on the back. You're nearly there. Take a few minutes to trim the blocks to size before assembling them into your quilt. Lay out the quilt top following the directions in the pattern. Sew the blocks together into rows, matching and pinning every seam. This will really help the points of your stars line up. Press all the seam allowances open, and then you'll be ready to sew the rows to each other. I recommend pinning every single seam again. It's a ton of pins, but it'll make a big difference in the final result. Once your quilt top is assembled and pressed, it's border time. Sew the border strips to each other end to end. You'll need 4 border strips, 2 for the sides of the quilt and 2 for the top and bottom. You can cut the strips to the lengths given in the pattern or measure on the spot and cut them to length using the quilt as your guide. Pin and sew the borders to the sides of the quilt first. Then press the seam allowances toward the borders. I accidentally did it out of order in the video and sewed it to the top and bottom first, but the quilt is square, so it doesn't really matter. Now, pin and sew the borders to the top and bottom of the quilt and press the seam allowances toward the border again. And you have a finished quilt top. Quilt it as you choose for a beautiful holiday wall hanging or quilt. Thanks for joining me today for the Haul Out the Holly quilt tutorial. Are you ready to make your own? If you'd like the pattern, you can pick it up on shadowvalleyquilts.com. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.